when you got the news?
Huh?
Where was you when you got the news?
Where was I when I got the news of his returning to the essence?
Yeah, where was you at when you got the news, man? Because I know I'm trying to get.
I was on 9th Ave and shit in Manhattan. I was on 9th and just like paused, like I just paused. This shit just like at first I like as soon as I saw it, I had to like focus in. You know, my vision is a little blurry, so I had to focus in it. And I seen it. I was just, as soon as I seen his face, something didn't feel right. As soon as I seen his face, something didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, all I could think about was quickly showing my regard for him. That's the first thing I could do, like, because I know a lot of people may have forgot about him, but he was big.
Yeah.
Big.
I mean, what we're thinking of hip hop, I mean, not to cut you, but you know, that's definitely some early, original, OG, old school stuff. I mean, somebody that was there from the foundational days, from the breakdancing and all that stuff too. So, I mean, he was actually the first recorded hip hop artist to get an endorsement or endorse a product for a sponsorship with Kangol.
Yeah. Not only that, forget about that part. Well, I ain't gonna forget about that part. But this guy used to break and rap and sing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he said that on the joint. I could sing, rap, dance in just one show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he really did. He used to break. He used to break, man. They used to throw him on shows back in the day, and you know, he'd be breaking and shit like that. And so then, next thing you know, he's in that group. You know what I mean? You saw him break before. Because he used to be at the spots. You know what I mean? Breaking and shit like that. He used to be uptown. And you could see him breaking. It was nothing. But he turned over to rapping and shit. And not just rapping. See, the difference with him was not only could he break and people knew him about breaking, when he started rapping, he didn't rap like an old school dude. He spit that shit. He was spitting. And that's how, you know, back in those days, what he was doing was considered spitting. Their whole crew was dropping. Their whole crew was dropping lyrics, like lyrics and styles and formats and everything back in those days, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, bringing it forward, what's the atmosphere been like out there in the Eastern New York, man? Especially, you know, when I was a strong Brooklyn representative.
You talking about the atmosphere in New York?
Yeah. Cause that's a big loss for hip hop, you know.
That's a blast, man. Because people starting to realize, man, like it's so many of us that it's difficult to hold on to the ones that's that fist. And he was a part of the other fist. You know what I'm saying? He well, like I said, when he came in, he didn't come in like he couldn't spit. He rapped. He could rap real good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was a part of that other fish, man.
Yeah, from out the gate, he definitely gonna be missed and stuff with in the business and the culture and stuff. So, did you ever have any personal, you know, connections? Did you cross paths personally and stuff as well?
Yeah, we did. See, we've been crossed paths years and years and years ago in the '80s. I would say like '85 or something like that at a roller skating ring. Cross paths and shit like that. And, you know, I've been like, you understand, man, you know, this was a regular thing for them to show up at a roller skating ring or a community center party or something like that. That was regular for you to see UTFO, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so later on in life, man, I got to meet him through this lady named Jamie, because Jamie used to love my son, and she used to have these events and always invite me to the events. Little did I know, she was inviting Kangol all the time too. She was close to him too.
Okay.
So, me and him got close through my son and through the events that, we call each other on any day and time, just be talking on the phone. And it always end up with me like, yo, man, you know how much you did for me? You know how much pain you made me just put aside from just singing your rhymes and shit like that. And now you can't tell me nothing. Like, I think I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Thank you. I always gave him his flowers, man. Because he's a good, positive dude, man.
Yeah.
Good, positive dude, man. It's like, damn. It's crazy, son.
Yeah, no, definitely rest in peace, man. We give him a salute. And I want to ask about the Kangol stuff as well. Was that you being out there on the East Coast and stuff, was that something that you think was more popularized by Kangol Kid rocking and stuff, or do you think he played an even bigger impact in making Kangol famous and popular?
Well, the Kangol was already, popular.
Yeah.
When he dropped it, you know what I mean. So what it did though was it broadened the horizons. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like because everybody, he had a certain kind of Kangol.
Yeah.
This wasn't no Kangol. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, like MC Shan, LL, had a different kind of Kangol. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what Kangol Kid is, he kept the name burning. Because, when you got to say a big song in hip hop was Roxanne, Roxanne. That was a smash hit in hip hop.
Yeah.
So when you say that, the first name you hear is Kangol from UTFO. You know what I'm saying? So that was big for Kangol, and it was big for the streets because that's what we all was rocking. We was rocking the Kangols, we was rocking the Beaver hats. You know what I mean? It was the raccoon tail, you know what I'm saying? We was rocking shit like that back then.
Yeah.
Fucking roadkill hats. That's what they are now, if you think about it. Some of those hats was fucking roadkill, son, with a raccoon tail on the back.
Hanging at the back.
Yeah, he wasn't even that dude if you ain't had a raccoon joint back then with the 3 stripes or 2 stripes on it. He wasn't that dude. You know what I mean? At the same time we had the raccoon hat with the tail, we had hair. Our hair used to be with the tail. And then like you would be you have different status how long the tail you had in the back of your head. So I never had one.
Okay. Yeah.
I never had a tail or shag. Back in the day, you used to have shag. It was the tail or the shag. The shag went all the way across, and it's like a small afro in the back of your hairline. And then the tail like came off the last part of your head, like the hair and shit. The Puerto Rican motherfuckers, they had it. The tails the best. They had the real tails shit. The Puerto Rican niggas. But yeah, man.
Okay. And they saying Kangol was he grew up to a Haitian family, so he represented the Haitian heritage as well. So we definitely want to say peace to the Haiti family, man.
Shop I say, man. He was just I think he is Haitian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they say he was born to Haitian parents, but he shied. They say he shied away from his Haitian heritage growing up.
Right. I mean, but it was crazy because back then, people used to come down on Haitians because we didn't understand no black. We felt like an oppressor. We didn't know how special these people was from that land. They were still black people, but they was from that land. And like I said, the media at that time, if it wasn't from America, they make all the black people look like savages or jungle or this or that or ashy or black as hell or something. We didn't understand that shit. So, the Haitians, again, that's in the Caribbean, correct? Like,
yeah.
Parts of something like that, you know what I'm saying? And that whole Caribbean diaspora, man. You talking about Hov, you talking about Biggie, you talking about Cool Herc, started hip hop. All these people from those areas, man.
Yeah, I think it's
Now think
crazy.
about that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I was just gonna say, just to chime in, I think it's crazy that many from that areas, and then what what's also noteworthy is just the significance of the diaspora then in the East Coast and stuff as well for a lot of the Caribbeans, and 'cause they went out to build a lot, dope stuff out there and stuff as well as expanding into the present culture and stuff as well, and just creating new stuff. And I think it's significant because there's so many on the east as well. I think I've come across more on the east than in other places like on the west and the south and that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, this is New York and Jersey, Boston, and all of these are places that everybody was coming.
Yeah,
From the Caribbeans, man, because these was like major cities where a lot of opportunities was at.
yeah,
So they felt anyway. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so yeah, a lot of them came this way and shit. You know.
Yeah, no,
So I grew up around all of them.
Yeah, I was surprised one of the first times I went to New York. There's so much Jamaicans out there in Queens and all that shit.
Oh man, you gotta come to Brooklyn, kid. You gotta come to Brooklyn with the Jamaicans.
Y'all did, yeah.
And Queens, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Heavy, kid, heavy. Flatbush, all that, Brooklyn, yo, heavy. Listen, man.
It makes sense.
In Brooklyn, son, I'm telling you, this is my walks in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, New York, you fuck around, everybody in there, you might hear some Caribbean music that ain't played on the radio or nothing, but go into the party and play that shit, everybody gonna know that song.
They know what's up, yeah.
And everybody gonna know the dance that go to that song. That's a true fact.
Yeah, I believe.
True fact. That you got to think about it. The Eastern Day Parade, man, is the carnival, and that's what the Caribbean thing, and it happens in Brooklyn, and it's the biggest in New York, and you got to think every nation in New York has their day, their parade, their festival, what have you. This Caribbean shit is the biggest one. We got Juve right before the actual parade. And yo, son, you ever been to a carnival?
Yeah. I've seen a few. I mean, I ain't been. I can't say I'd have been one out there yet, though, as much as though. Yeah, that would be
it's always something happening there, but it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that carnivals we get to say we can't even have. They took all our carnival in the UK for most places because a lot of shit. That was the one day or period, but then obviously as you could guess, sometimes a lot of politics happen, shootouts, all that. So
yeah, man.
They're like F that, y'all Negroes can't have this day.
Right.
But in terms of the Caribbean stuff out Brooklyn, I believe you, man, because even when I listen to some of the older, golden age artists and stuff as well, there's so much Caribbean and yard references. Some of them are like their music and the raps, and I mean even Bustin' them used to do it. Boot Camp Click, shit, OGC, all of them. I remember Nickel Ute Man, them all them tunes. They put all that flavor in there. Yeah. Smith and Wesson. Yep.
Yeah. Buckshot.
That whole, especially that whole. Yep. That come on.
Man, that's a real shit. I'm telling people don't know that about Brooklyn, son. It used to be this thing I used to go to in Brooklyn. I think it was called, was it the Ark? I think it was called the Ark, man. The people, was it the Ark? I think it was the Ark, son. Yeah, it was the Ark. Because it was the Ark in Brooklyn, and then back in those days, it was Trafalgar Square in Queens. So I used to go to the Ark and shit, I think on Sundays and shit like that. Sundays, I think, was a Tunnel Day as well. They had a club in Manhattan called the Tunnel.
Yeah.
It was sick. That's where Belly was filmed up.
They had the Tunnel got it. Yeah, the Tunnel got it.
And the Ark, though, son, that Caribbean shit, Man, listen, you take you in Jamaica, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, kid.
Yep.
They'll swear you in Jamaica. They'll swear you in Jamaica if you at the Ark, man, in Brooklyn, man, back in the day, son. Word. Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's
Crazy, man.
What?
Getting us everywhere and all.
Well, that's it. And that's just a testament to the creativity and the culture within the people of the diaspora and stuff. And switching back to Kangol, his creativity and his history that he had helped put down in the culture is definitely one to be saluted. He was actually had his signature hat inducted into a collection at the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture and stuff as well. So, hopefully, maybe one day he might even get a parade.
Man, see, people like him is big, small. You know what I'm saying? He really a big figure, but it's small in the game for his notoriety with these people of this generation.
Nowadays, yeah. Why do you think that? Why do you think that is?
Because we have so many things go so fast, man. You hear one day, you gone the next. You know what I'm saying? And you big as your last hit. In this game. You know what I'm saying? And Kangol was a spitter. And UTFO, all of them was spitters. So you expected them to keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. But what happened was they kept working and working, but their support wasn't, somebody else came.
Yeah.
Run DMC was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? They was coming with smash hits and take you like, they was, see, Kangol, I don't know, see, you gotta watch Run. Run was a tricky dude. So you could say back in those days that Kangol was spitting like stupid hard and shit like that. But then you get with them Run DMC joints, they was like coming with smash hits. Back to back. So that's a way to kind of drown out everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Only the strong gonna survive.
Yeah.
Only the strong gonna survive when it comes to those days, man. And it's and plus the record company, we don't know what the record company was doing to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, you know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, Roxanne lasted to like fucking 87 or some shit. 86, 87, man. And that shit came out like 83 or 84 or something like that, if my memory serves me correct. It was either 83 or 84, man. And that shit lasted to damn near fucking 87, kid. Something like that. 86, 87. And you gotta understand, man, when you walking into the skating ring and that shit is playing, or the community center and the lights is down, yo, and that beat, that shit is stupid hard, kid.
Yeah.
Stupid hard, son.
I mean, definitely.
Stupid hard.
With that being said, how do you think Kangol and UTFO's legacy will be remembered going forward?
Man, you can't forget Roxanne. You can't do it. You be taking, that's too big of a chunk of history taken out. You're gonna get educated on the nostalgia, the history of it. Somebody's gonna tell you, boy, you know who you listening to? Watch your mouth, man. Like these dudes was setting it off. I mean, you talking about sing, rapping, and dancing, man, from one dude, and everybody in the crew got some shit with them, man. These break dancers and spitters, not just rappers. They wasn't just rappers, man. If you listen to an educated rapper, man, he was going crazy with lyrics, man. Crazy with lyrics, with rhymes, with words, big words, and shit like that. You know what I mean? That shit is like crazy. You should play that shit, man. You heard? Man,
yeah, definitely. I'd say I know a lot of people say they feel as though the lyrics have become watered down, especially over the years from, like you said, people really being, hard and driven by lyrical displays. I mean, the crazy thing is, even I was on an unrelated post. I was doing a podcast with Big Swole the other day and was playing some old New Orleans music. And some of them had the indicative sound, but then there was some of them that were even older that had like a, dare I say, a more East Coast traditional early hip hop sound, and they were more
Right.
lyrical than even probably some of the. I don't want to say like there ain't lyrical artists and stuff now, but some of the stuff that people probably heard after. So it kind of shows that I think articulation and certain things were kind of became more relaxed within hip hop, and I'm not saying there ain't people that still don't take lyrics seriously and stuff, but some say they feel lyrics kind of got watered down and stuff. You mentioned Kangol and stuff and UTFO and the breaking and the dancing and stuff. Do you feel that the dancing has been watered down from outside the music as well, where people are now scared to probably dance or move or show that movement as rappers and artists? So,
Man, you don't want me to start talking about this shit. You're gonna regret it. Put it like this, man. Everything we doing is being copied, man. Number one. Everything we doing. But the problem is this. The things people are copying, it's a lot of them copying the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like back in my days, man, these guys was original. A Kangol was an original Kangol.
man,
There was
original
no
man.
other Kangol kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was only Kangol. And only Kangol spit the rhymes that he spit. Only he spit that. And educated rapper, only he spit what he spit and how he spit it. Everybody had their own thing. So if it comes down to being watered down, it's watered down to the fact that it became okay to use somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
That's something that watered shit down, because that shit wasn't cool in my day. You couldn't do that. You're a biter, and you got kicked out the building. You wasn't able to do nothing if you was a biter. And motherfuckers will call you out. Yo, you bit that.
And that went across the
You know what
board
I'm
with
saying?
not just the music,
Dancing,
with dancing,
clothes,
graffiti, clothes, anything. Yeah.
clothes, anything. But we all had the same kind of haircut, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? We all wore Adidas pretty much. We all wear Pumas pretty much. Pokés pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But you still get called out on some biting shit. You know what I mean? It's just originality has been. It ain't that things been watered down. Is that the originality been taken out?
Yeah, I know.
Motherfuckers didn't care about being creative. They stopped being creative and just started trying to do their best rendition of whoever was hot.
And with that, do you think that's probably why the dance was taken out from some artists? Because to really be able to dance, you gotta connect and tap in with the music, the beat, the rhythm, and all that. And that's a creative aspect and element within itself. But if you just sometimes copying or replicating somebody in terms of sound as an artist, you might not be connected with the music the same way. Like these guys really connected with the music at different levels.
Is that a question?
Not so much. I mean, just kind of getting your thoughts with it, because you've seen like the b-boy era, you've seen the just the impact that's had, and it's something I think of though, because I even like you take the Jamaican culture then, like we was talking earlier with the dancehall and stuff. Even some of the hardest, dancehall bashment artists or whatever you want to call, they'll break out in their dancing videos or dance on stage or certain things as well. But I ain't saying that everybody in hip hop gotta be like crazy legs or something, but I feel as though where rap's got to nowadays, a lot of that dancing has been taken out of it, especially with some of the newer, younger artists like
originality.
Yeah, so
It's been taken out because it's people. We let it see. Hip hop is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. That's what black people did. We gave something to the world, man. And then we not only did we give it to the world by executing it, we offered them in. Let me show you this move. Let me show you how to. Okay, if I say this, back, that, you say this, that. We was teaching the rest of the nations. Talking Indians from India, white people from Europe, Chinese people from China, Japanese people from Japan. You know, we was teaching this shit to other people, man. Then you had people like we was talking about the Caribbeans. You had people like Kangol, who was Haitian, as far as I know. Anyway, from him and I speaking, he had a very strong Haitian thing, but he spoke English so well you didn't know, because a lot of Haitians back in those days didn't speak, you know, really what they call it, English to the standard of an American. So you could always try to tell them, and they dress, you know, different. They dress different. You know what I'm saying? So a person like Kangol, you wouldn't have known was Haitian. A person like Biggie, you wouldn't have known was Jamaican.
Yeah.
A person like Jay-Z, you wouldn't know was Caribbean as well. Because these things are kind of like shunned in a sense. In a sense, they're celebrated and shunned at the same time. So you got these people with these beautiful accents of patois who don't want to speak patois. They want to speak like I'm speaking to you right now. And I never understood that. It's like for Puerto Ricans, they wanted to speak more English than Spanish. And I didn't understand that either. You know, I just didn't get it. Like I got Puerto Ricans in my family. My wife was Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? So it's just like, man, listen, teach these babies both tongues, man. But people are so standoffish to the actual culture that they don't teach that shit. That shit is crazy, man.
Right.
They don't. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And that's how we got the Biggie Smalls, who was so, you know, elegant in his rhyme flows. But he was straight yardie, man. He used to be in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I think every summer or some shit like that, man.
It's funny. I can imagine Biggie talking Patois, man.
Word. And then you got Hov, who no. Look, you got Big, who said in the rhyme, he said, shot dread in the head, took the bread and the lamb spread. You know what I'm saying? He talking about busting a yardie.
Yeah.
But he was yard. He was up that. And then you know, then you got Jay-Z coming with some certain sounds of patois in some of his songs. Cut in your face, and that's all you can come up with. Like, you know, it's just like certain people, man. Yo, New York City, man. We took a blow today, man. We took a blow. Hip hop took a blow, not just New York, but for the people who there, who know how important that man is. I'm gonna tell you right now, it just hit everybody like a brick. All the people that was there in the 80s, they just got hit with a brick, son. Like, what? He's what? You know, like, you just want them to live and you leave them alone. You know what I mean? Until they want to be dealt with. But, man, I seen L was at the hospital with him.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, that's to show people right there. You know what I mean? L only come out for the necessary.
It's like you said, you mentioned a certain timeline or ilk or era, even just associations, you know, he gonna be up there, so it's good that he definitely you know, came through in that too.
Man,
I hope the brothers Full Force pull up, man. I want to see what them brothers doing, man.
Oh, they was doing something with them back in the days. I think they actually like produced them or some shit.
Yeah, I think at some point.
Yeah, I think they was producing them or something like that, man. But
I think even them as go as producers, you know, once again, you know, definitely tipping the cap to Brooklyn, but you know, I think I don't want to say they don't get the credit they deserve, because they, you know, they credited for what they've done, but they've done so much too, man.
Yeah, man. It's just a bad damn day, man. It's a bad day, kid.
Yeah,
it's a bad day.
We want to continue.
Like, I'm trying to, I'm going to celebrate him before this damn day over. I'm still running in the streets right now, you know what I mean? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been, well, you know how I am. I run 24 hours type shit, man. So, and when I can sit down, I'm going to celebrate my man, man. And, you know, I think I kind of like put a post up. I didn't tell a lot about the story of me and him, but I kind of said I know him, you know what I mean? And that was it. But I'm going to celebrate him, man, because it was nothing like walking in no damn skate ring. Especially with me, I'm ready to go off. As soon as I hear a beat, I'm ready to go off. Dancing, skating, rocking, whatever. It was nothing like hearing that Roxanne beat and fucking Kangol setting it off. It was nothing like it, kid. That was big. And for him to be passed away right now, this shit is like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and we extend our condolences to his family, friends, fans, to hip hop, to the wider culture, to the community, you know, to the artists, to the legacy and stuff. And you know, as we said, we'll tap back in at some point with some update on this. We want to encourage everybody to definitely keep celebrating, as you said, you know, remembrance. And if you're a young listener and you're young, you know, ain't nothing wrong with going back and checking out some stuff and, you know, knowledge yourself up on some of the originals and originators to this mighty culture.
Wow. Peace.
I'm your one-stop shop for the hottest hip-hop edutainment. Bringing you the dopest no-limit interviews, hip-hop legends, reviews, views, news, and more. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be updated on new drops and content.